I'm Keely Eure here with Makai Lemon for the Old Dominion Freight Line Best in the Game interview. Makai, it was another dominant performance for you in this offense. What was the key to taking over in the second half?
I feel like, just going out there, playing as a team, putting it all on the line, just really playing for each other. And I feel like we did that and got the job done.
Jakeem Stewart told me that the phrase of the week was for the brotherhood. What does it mean to play for your brothers in that sense?
It means everything. You're not out there, only by yourself. You're out there as a team, and you want to win as a team. So, just doing everything, as a whole and all together. And I feel like we did good.
Obviously, you want to start every game in an ideal way, but what does it do for this team's confidence and belief that you were able to come back in the second half and win the way you did?
Yeah, it definitely shows, as a team what we can do, how to flip the switch, go out there, second half, not as what we wanted, but it just shows you how tight we is as a team and what we can do.
USC leads the nation in contested catches, and I'm sure you're definitely up there as a major contributor. What does that say about the relationship between you and Jaden Mayava?
Yeah, it definitely shows, how much work we've been putting on the off season, and then just continuing to work hard, during the week. So we'll go out there and play lights out.
How do you make, and I know this is a simple question, but how do you make those absurd catches when it seems like you can't even see the ball or the ball's not in your grasp? How do you do that? How do you have that body control?
I feel like just the work that we put in, during the week. I make those same throws and the same catches, during the week. So, it really ain't too big a surprise, to us.
Coach Riley praised you earlier this season for the consistency you have to do the quote-unquote boring things, like the routine things in practice, and that's the way that you play in games, and it shows up that way. What's your mindset in practice to perform that way?
Yeah, it's definitely, true. Got to do the little things first. The little things going to add up to big things if you don't do them right. So, just continue to harp on, the things that we don't get tired of. And, I feel like that all pays big dividend.
You're now one of 11 USC wide receivers to have a season with over 1,000 receiving yards. What does it mean to you? I know the season's still going, but what does it mean to you to be in that exclusive group?
Yeah, I'm definitely blessed, to be in these, those conversations. I'm just continuing to do what I do on the field. Don't really worry about too much, and then, just look up and look at the success later.
Statistically, this is going to be one of the best defenses you face in Oregon. What's the key to having an explosive offense against a top defense like the Ducks?
I feel like, just preparing the right way, really just playing, our game. We're not really, changing up our game because, the defense, but just making sure we do all the little things right and plays on the whole offense.
All right, good luck on Saturday.
Appreciate it.